My sister slapped me during her wedding shopping, but she had no idea I was the one secretly paying for her entire wedding. I'm Harper Lane, 28 years old. People call me reserved, but those who know me best understand I'm devoted and steady. I've always carried more than my share, and I've never complained, because family mattered more than anything. Clara, my younger sister, she's 25, has always been different from me. Light-hearted, charming but spoiled. She grew up with her hand out, expecting the world to bend in her favor. Maybe that's why she never really learned limits. When our parents died, I didn't have a choice. I became both sister and guardian. My own plans dissolved, but I couldn't let Clara sink. So I stepped up, worked, sacrificed. I made sure she had the childhood, the chances, the dreams she wanted, even when mine faded quietly in the background. That's who I am, the quiet anchor behind someone else's storm. So when Clara's wedding came around, it felt natural for me to keep pushing aside my own needs. She dreamed of the kind of day little girls imagine, and while she floated in that fantasy, I handled reality. She never questioned how things came together. She never asked who stood behind the curtain making it all possible. But I never told her. Not once. She thought it was luck or other people's generosity. She never suspected it was me. And here's where everything unraveled. A single moment in a dress shop changed the story of my life. But before I dive into that moment, I want to pause for you, the ones watching, listening, and sharing in this journey. Where are you tuning in from? I love seeing how far stories travel, how voices echo across places I may never step foot in myself. Now settle in, because this isn't just about a slap. It's about loyalty, betrayal, and a truth that cut deeper than any insult. This is the beginning of how everything shifted. I juggle shifts at the hospital, long nights filled with exhaustion, and spare hours bent over ledgers for a small office just to keep extra income flowing. My days blur into routines of work, sleep, and work again. Comfort is not part of my life. I've cut out every indulgence so that money could be directed elsewhere. While I wear the same pair of shoes for years, she scrolls through magazines circling gowns and flower arrangements. I stash every paycheck into envelopes and hidden accounts, not for myself, but for the kind of celebration she's always dreamed about. Clara never once opened a savings account. She believes in luck, in charm, in the idea that doors will open simply because she wants them to. When friends ask how she'll afford her wedding, she laughs and says, "Things always fall into place." She has no idea that the place they're falling into is my tired, calloused hands. Every detail is handled quietly. I'm the one signing contracts under my name, setting up monthly installments, answering late-night calls from vendors. The florist knows me by voice alone. The banquet hall sends receipts directly to my inbox. The dress boutique calls when fittings are due. Each time I confirm with a smile, even though the money comes from sacrifices she will never see. Not once does she question where it's all coming from. She breezes through life convinced others are carrying her, but she never looks behind to see it's me. And I never tell her. I let her believe in magic while I build it in silence. The boutique glitters with mirrors and soft lighting, racks of gowns stretching across the room. Clara arrives with her friends, Maya and Jenna, voices bright and excited. She insists I come along, though I feel out of place among the lace and silk. The appointment begins light-hearted, but quickly shifts. She scowls at gowns brought to her, waves off suggestions, and raises her voice at attendants simply doing their jobs. Each time the staff smiles politely, she snaps again, unsatisfied with every detail. I whisper for her to ease up, hoping she'll notice how people shrink under her words. Instead, she turns on me. In a sudden burst of anger, her hand strikes across my face. Gasps echo through the boutique. For a moment, the room stills. Bridesmaids staring, workers frozen, strangers pretending not to watch yet unable to look away. Her voice cuts through the silence, accusing me of spoiling her day, claiming I've dragged the energy down. My cheeks burn, not from the sting, but from the humiliation that follows. I don't argue. I don't raise my voice. I simply walk out, heart heavy, the sound of muffled laughter and awkward whispers trailing behind me as the glass door closes. My phone lights up that evening. Clara's name flashes across the screen. For a moment, I think she might reach out with remorse, but her tone proves otherwise. She doesn't acknowledge what happened in the shop. Instead, she warns me not to spoil her celebration with drama, as if I'm the problem. Later, Trent calls. His words are smoother but not kinder. He shrugs it off, saying she loses her temper sometimes, that it's part of who she is. He suggests I let it go because holding on will only make things harder for everyone. I listen without responding, my chest hollow. To them, I'm not a sister who carried years of weight. I'm a shadow, expected to keep quiet, to absorb the blows, and never disturb the picture they want to show the world. But what neither of them knows is that every bill, every signed contract, every deposit rests under my name. The day they claim as theirs is already bound to me, though they don't see it yet. And in that silence, I begin to understand just how invisible I truly am. I'm passing by the living room when Clara's laughter carries through the doorway. She's with Maya, her voice sharp with pride. "Thank God Trent's parents are covering everything," she says. "Harper can barely keep herself together, let alone manage something like this." The words land like a blow. My hands tighten around the mug I'm holding, heat searing my palms, though it's nothing compared to the sting inside. She doesn't just overlook me. She sees me as incapable, useless, someone who could never provide value. In that instant, the years of sacrifice come into focus. Every late shift, every number crunched, every coin tucked away, all invisible to her. What she carries in her tone isn't ignorance, disdain. A part of me wants to walk into the room, tear up contracts, and let her world collapse. But another part, steadier and sharper, takes hold. Silence will serve me better than rage. If she believes I am powerless, then I will let her. I won't cancel. I won't shout. I won't reveal anything yet. Instead, I'll wait. The truth has a way of surfacing, and when it does, it will speak louder than I ever could. I learn to wear a mask. Smiles become my armor, small nods my shield. No one sees the storm beneath the surface. Around Clara, I play along, listening to her chatter as if nothing weighs on me. She never suspects a thing. Behind the scenes, I make quiet arrangements. A simple request to the coordinator ensures the balance is addressed in front of guests, not tucked away privately. Nothing elaborate, nothing destructive. Just a moment designed to let reality speak for itself. I don't touch the contracts. I don't pull funds back. Every order remains intact. Flowers, catering, venue, dress. She will walk into her day believing it is perfect, believing the world bent to her will. Meanwhile, she struts through fittings and tastings with pride, tossing tasks my way like I'm staff. She doesn't pause to wonder why I'm present at every meeting, why vendors direct details toward me. To her, I'm simply there to assist, the older sister trailing along. She basks in her illusion. I stay silent, letting her believe the story she's built. Because when the curtain lifts, it won't be anger or sabotage that unmasks her. It will be the truth she never imagined. The hall glows with golden light, crystal fixtures hanging above tables draped in silk. Roses line every corner, and servers move with trays stacked high. The kind of scene most people only witness in magazines has come to life. Clara glides through it all like royalty, basking in cameras and compliments. To her, I'm not a guest but an errand runner, sent to grab lipstick, fix a train, deliver drinks. I do as she asks without protest, keeping my face unreadable. When it's time for speeches, she rises with a glass in hand. Her smile widens, but the words that follow slice through me. My sister may not know luxury, but at least she knows loyalty. Laughter ripples across the room, uneasy and forced. Some glance my way, others shift in their seats. I sit still, pulse steady, refusing to give her the reaction she wants. She believes she's in control, that her jab has landed. But I know something she doesn't. The evening isn't over, and the stage she built so carefully is about to turn on her. Dinner ends with clinking glasses and soft music drifting through the hall. The planner approaches Clara with a polished folder, offering congratulations before placing it in her hands. Clara barely glances at it, brushing it off with a confident laugh. "Trent's parents will take care of that," she says, loud enough for nearby tables to hear. But the planner doesn't move on. Instead, in a clear, professional tone, they correct her. "Actually, every arrangement has already been settled by Harper Lane." The words drop heavy into the room. Conversation falters. Forks rest midair. All around, eyes turn toward me, then back to Clara. She stiffens, color draining from her face as realization spreads. Whispers ripple across the crowd. Guests murmur, some exchanging glances, others hiding their shock behind napkins. The woman who spent months boasting about generosity she believed came from elsewhere now stands exposed. Her perfect image begins to crack under the weight of truth. Every rose, every chandelier, every bite of food, paid for by the sister she had mocked. The grandeur she flaunted wasn't hers at all. It belonged to the one person she had dismissed. And in that instant, humiliation replaces pride. She finds me in a quiet corner, eyes blazing, voice sharp with fury. "Why didn't you say anything?" she hisses, as though I've betrayed her. The irony almost makes me laugh. I meet her glare without flinching. My words are steady, deliberate. Because gratitude isn't something you demand. It's something you live. For the first time all night, she has no reply. Her lips part but nothing comes out. Silence stretches between us, heavier than any argument. I turn and walk away, each step releasing years of weight I'd carried for her. Behind me I hear nothing. No apology, no denial, just the hush of someone left speechless. Around the room, the shift is palpable. People avoid her gaze, conversations hushed but pointed. Guests lean close to one another, whispering about what they've seen. The golden image she tried to project has fractured, and there's no way to piece it back together. Trent watches from across the hall, confusion and doubt plain on his face. For the first time, he sees her without the veil of charm. The truth of who she is stands exposed, and it leaves him rattled. The days after the celebration bring a flood of calls and messages, but I let them pass unanswered. Her voice fills my voicemail, swinging between anger and desperation, yet I never pick up. I've given enough of myself, and now the line is closed. With distance comes clarity. I begin making choices for no one but me. Enrollment papers for evening courses land on my desk, a step toward goals I once buried. I clear out clutter from my apartment, replacing worn furniture with pieces that reflect who I am becoming. For the first time in years, the space feels like it belongs to me. I book a ticket with my own name on it, no one else's plans attached. The thought of boarding alone doesn't scare me. It excites me. Freedom no longer feels like a dream but a door I've finally opened. One evening, I stand before the mirror in a dress I chose for myself, fabric smooth beneath my fingers. My reflection meets me with strength, not weariness. The woman staring back is no longer hidden in someone else's shadow. And somewhere beyond my silence, Clara sits with her regret, left only with the echoes of what she lost. Do you think I was right to walk away from Clara after everything, or should I have given her another chance? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy stories like mine, subscribe and stay updated.